Hey, and welcome to this week's Woohoo Wednesday. If you have chosen card number 3, here is your divine soulful message. It is the card to stop. Now, the message at the bottom says, rest and relaxation is required right now. I get a feeling that when you were looking at the cards, you were either choosing card number 2 or card number 3. So you may feel inspired to go back and listen to card number 2 to complement this message that I'm about to share with you. We've just come through a beautiful new moon eclipse, and with that comes a depletion of energy. That depletion of energy is allowing you to go within into your own world and develop a deeper relationship with your intuitive soulful self. I feel like intuition, all this intuitive information, all those soul nudges, all those soul whispers, whatever it is, the language that you use to communicate with your soul, I feel like they come into your awareness, but a lot of the times you fall back into old patterns of just doing what you do and then sitting back going, why didn't I listen to my intuition? You know, I felt guided to do this, but I did that and it wasn't possibly the right thing for me. Or if I'd listened to that, that would have had a much better outcome. This is the time to start to learn to cultivate a deeper connection with your intuition. And the reason that you've been brought to a stop is because you spend too much time in your head. Now, what's going to happen is that your soul is going to share with you how to develop a deeper connection between your head and your heart. With the new moon energy in Scorpio, it's about love, relationships, money, and creativity. For you, it's going to be about learning to open up your heart. I felt like you're probably, as I'm reading this to you, I'm someone that I feel like I've got a sore mid-back. I want to round my shoulders. That's all indicative of protecting your heart because you've been hurt in the past. And that may have worked for you in the past. But this is where we learn to extract the wisdom of being able to go, yes, I did that for protection in the past, but it is no longer conducive to my growth right now. In fact, it's actually hindering me. And now I actually really want to expand my heart and allow love to come in, to develop deeper levels of trust, because our soul sits behind our heart. So if you're protecting your heart, it means you're also diminishing being able to connect into your intuition with trust. As you learn to develop more trust, you're going to learn to open up your heart and you are going to be intuitively guided. And the reason, as I mentioned, the reason your body has got you to slow down and come to a stop is because the one main block between being able to listen to our intuition is staying in our head and having a busy mind. What is going to happen is that your soul is going to drop intuitive information in, and it will just keep repeating that and repeating that information over and over again until such times as you follow it. Now, don't focus on how many times it takes for you to follow the guidance. That is not the lesson for you to learn at this time. The lesson is building more trust, and trust comes with action. So as that intuitive guidance comes in, it's giving you an opportunity to develop deeper levels of trust with yourself. Now, I want to say this. Most people go, I get nervous, I don't trust my intuition. I want to correct you on this, and this will give you food for thought. It's not your intuition that you do not trust, because every time you've got some form of intuitive guidance, it's always been correct, right? It's you, yourself, that you lack trust in. You worry about whether you're making the right decision. You're worried about what if it goes wrong? What happens if I follow that guidance and it doesn't come about? How foolish will I be? The lack of trust comes within yourself, not your intuition. Now, with that being said, allow that intuitive guidance to come in. When you feel that resistance about trusting, taking the action, give yourself permission to take a break and be able to go, just because I didn't follow that intuition or lack that trust before, I'm going to learn how to explore building more trust by opening my heart. So I'm going to tap into the energy that sits behind my heart and allow that to guide me on the action steps moving forward, knowing that I'm going to feel nervous when I begin to do this. because it's developing and cultivating new levels of trust within yourself. So give yourself permission to be curious and to be a beginner, which means when we begin something new, we always make mistakes. But each time you learn to do it, you're going to get stronger. You're going to learn how to understand yourself on a deeper, more intimate level. And you're going to be able to break through some of those myths and limiting beliefs that you've had around trust before. It will also be a good thing to be able to go in and explore, where does that lack of trust within yourself originate from? So therefore you can go in and do some healing work or cleanse or delete that timeline from within your structure where you've developed that lack of trust. You can actually delete that timeline so that it deletes all of the negative BS that we attach to limitations, and delete that so that we just have this point of reference where you learn how to develop lack of trust, and right at this time point you are now developing a new timeline that is building more trust. And this is something that you can do, and it's really simple and fun. So this is the reason that you've been brought to a stop for this new moon cycle. So the new moon cycle goes from day 1 to day 3.5. So yesterday is the first day of the new moon. Now you may find that what I've just shared with you may just go through those 3.5 days. But for some of you, developing that more deeper levels of trust is going to take time. So it's about knowing that this will be your lesson for this new moon lunar cycle, which goes for 28 days. So that will be your practice for 28 days. And as they say, what is it? How many? It takes 21 days, I believe, to formulate a new belief, a new action, a new behavior, a new pattern. So look at this as being your soulful quest moving forward for you to learn how to develop a deeper level of trust within yourself, which then you'll be able to use that skill set moving forward for the rest of your life. So those 21 days will be something that has a futuristic approach to knowing that you will have deeper levels of trust with making any form of decisions from this moment forward. So it's a win-win. So I wish you an incredibly amazing week ahead. Much love, take care, and I'll see you again soon.